A very good morning, students. Today I am going to continue with the same chapter, that is Environmental Management of Science 2, Standard 9th. Let us recall what we have studied in our previous lecture. We have studied about biodegradable waste, non biodegradable waste, harmful effects of solid waste, necessity of solid waste management, principles of solid waste management, etc. Now, in today's lecture, we will discuss about 3R mantra, method of storing food, disaster management, first aid to disaster victims, basic principles of first aid, airways, breathing, circulation, bleeding, fracture and impact on vertebral column, how to transport victim, then other emergencies, major, etc. In this lecture also I will cancel those contents which are omitted due to COVID-19 problem. So you all also have to note down. Now let us see here. I will show you some slides that how we can use the different dustbins to just segregate the waste in different dustbins. Okay, children. Here you can see in this slide that the papers are segregated in different dustbin, glass in different dustbin, then in yellow color dustbin the plastic bottles are there, then metal substances are there in the red color dustbin. So this way we can see we are segregating and we are giving to the concerned person so that they can be sent for the recycling. That is why we are segregating this way these all substances. Okay, let us start with our explanation part, children. Now we are starting with our explanation part, children. That first of all we'll study about following the 3R mantras. So that already I have shown the pic. What are three mantras? First, reduce. That means we should reduce the waste. We should try that less waste should come out. Second, reuse. Whatever waste are there, we should try to reuse. Like you have seen that plastic bottles, glass substances, that all are segregated so that they can be sent for recycling. So it is a reuse and recycle. So already I explained you that glasses, plastic bottles, then papers, etc. can be recycled. Second is throwing plastic wrappers of chocolate, ice cream, biscuit, etc. into the dustbin so that littering should be avoided. Littering means whenever we are making a particular area untidy with the rubbish, so that is called littering. Now the third point is, you can see your children, third point. First of all you have to learn this first point. This is important point. This point is very important, that reduce, reuse and recycle. Now we will see your children, second point already I explained you. Now the third point, we have to see avoiding the use of plastic bags. Instead of that, what we should use, we should use the cloth bag so that it will be washed again and it will be used again and there will be no garbage. So that bags, it is not compulsory that we have to buy and bring. We can make from the old curtain, we can make from old bed sheets because that are thick, or sometime if it is cotton sari then also we can use. Even the cotton sari can be used for the pillow cover also. Now so this you can see your children, this way we can utilize this. This is the third point. Now we'll see the fourth point, using both side of a paper. So we should use both side of the paper, that means front side and back side, so that the wastage of paper will be less. As well as we should reuse the greeting card for decorating our some other things like our assignment book, our activity book and all. You all are using already, you all know better than me. So you can use this greeting card and as well as gift wrapper or gift paper also you can reuse whenever you are giving somebody gift. Then if properly you will remove that gift pack paper, then you can reuse it. So this is the fourth point. Now, avoiding use of tissue paper, and instead of tissue paper you have to use the handkerchief, that already I explained you with the picture also. So this is the fifth point. Now, using rechargeable batteries instead of using lead batteries. Rechargeable mean whenever the charging is over, you just put the plug and you recharge it, and again you can use it. So we should use the rechargeable batteries. Now, next point is implementing various programs of solid waste management, so that the this waste should be managed properly. It should not create the dirty atmosphere, because due to dirty atmosphere different diseases also occurs, as well as the atmosphere environment also become filthy. Now, we should educate the persons, encourage the family, society regarding this. That means we should make aware, avoiding use and throw type of the articles, like in the mostly in developed countries like America and all, they are mostly they are using the use and throw type of the uh, they just use the thing, and like the cups, tea cups, like the plastic glasses, so just use and throw so that more garbage is getting collected. So that use and throw policy should not be used. We should use the pens, can, cold drinks, tetra packs. This all should be strictly avoided, so that we can uh, reduce the percentage of the garbage. So this is all about, we have studied different waste management. Now, uh, we can see that in America is the largest producer of the electricity from solid waste. So that point we should learn that which country is this America. America is the largest producer of the, you can see here, solid waste, and largest producer of the America is the largest producer of electricity from solid waste, as well as Japan developed the projects of production of thread, paper and other useful material from the banana peeling. So this is a good idea, children. So this is also very important point that you can learn. Now here one question is given there, that which waste management process are used in your village. So different process can be used. As you can see that industrial waste should be sent for the recycling. Biomedical waste should be treated by scientific method. Now, what are scientific method? As solid waste is disposed of in secured landfills. That is also one method. Second is that pyrolysis should be done for semi-combustible material, that already I taught you. Then the municipality can also set up biogas plant where the solid waste is converted to biogas by anaerobic fermentation. Anaerobic already you know, where there is no need of the oxygen. And biomedical waste is burned in the incinerators also to kill the pathogens. These all are the method by which we can remove the, or we can do the waste management in our area. Now, we will see here, already I told you the segregating method, how we can segregate. Then we can see here, if the time required for the degradation of the solid waste generated around us is long, it seriously affect the other environment factor also. It is but natural. So anywhere the garbage or the waste is there, if it is getting collected, or we are taking too much time to reduce or to degrade this solid waste, then but natural lot of problems will be created. So that point you can see here. And this side, children, this topic is cancelled for you. Here you can see this, already I taught you that if the time required for the degradation of solid waste generated around us is long, it seriously affect the other environmental factors. Now here we'll see in this in this pic you can see here, children, that the wet waste and dry waste are there. In first pic, here you can see that four dustbins are there, that already I told, that are for paper separate dustbin, for glass separate, for plastic yellow one, for metal things red one. So this way the different garbage bins are there. These are the method of storing solid waste. This is 9.5. Now here this part is cancel out, children. This part is cancel out. So here one question is there: which natural calamities have you experienced? How did they affect the condition in your surroundings? So you can see, like in July 2005, heavy rains were caused, and that due to that the flooding were there in many parts of the Maharashtra. How they affect? Many people lost their life. Then there was water clogging. Then due to water clogging, the severe damage to the private and public property was there. Then hospital were submerged. This way it affected our life. The second question is there: how will you make a plan to be safe from calamities to minimize the damage? So here, we can see that as a responsible citizen, we can contribute by educating the people about all the precaution. For example, we can contribute by minimizing the occurrence of natural calamity like flood, by taking measures to reduce land pollution, proper disposing waste material, recycling, etc. Then we can plan to be safe by keeping the things handy, like torch, first aid kit, ample food supply, water storage, etc. So this way, by taking appropriate measures, we can be safe from the calamities. Now we'll see here various natural disasters like the thunder bolt, that is lightning. So we can see here various disaster like thunderbolt, flood, fire, man-made disaster like accident, bomb explosion, chemical accident, industries, stampedes, etc. Riots occur around us time to time, and they cause the large scale damage to the property. So now here we'll see, children, that what is thunderbolt, that is lightning. That means when flash of lightning occurs with simultaneous crash of the thunder. Then stampede means sudden panicked rush. Then riots mean, already you know, that violent disturbance of peace by some crowd. So this way, due to these all problems, the large scale damage to the life and property is caused. Now we will see, children, here that what are the types of the casualties, that in that how we can do the first aid and all. So we can see here the main first aiding is, we can see the first aid to the disaster victims. So that we'll see here, children. Now the main objective of first aid is prevention of death, preventing deterioration of health, and starting the process of rehabilitation. What is the rehabilitation? It is the action of restoring someone's health to the normal life. If someone health is deteriorating or is spoiling day by day, then we have to bring them to the normal position or normal health. Hence, it is important to know about the emergency measures, what we have to practice during the uh, first aid. So, now we'll see here, children. These are the basic principle of first aid. First is life and resuscitations, ABC. So, what is the meaning of ABC? That we will see here, children. What is the meaning of ABC? A mean airway. If the victim has difficulty in breathing, the head should be held in a backward sloping position, or the chin should be raised so that the respiratory passages remain open. So this is the first one that you have to learn, children. This is the first one. Now the second one, breathing. If breathing has stopped, the victim should be given artificial ventilation by mouth to mouth resuscitation. Now, next is circulation. If the victim is unconscious, so what we should do then, after giving mouth to mouth respiration twice, what we should do, that we should press down hard by pressing the chest, and heart, where heart is there, that portion's chest we have to press down, and both the with the help of both palms, these two actions should be repeated alternately. So after 15, near about 15 times. So what we should do in circulation, that if the victim is unconscious you all know, then after giving mouth to mouth respiration, this mouth to mouth respiration we have to give twice, then the heart should be pressed down hard by pressing the chest with the both the palms, and it should be done for the it should be done nearly 15 times, and these two actions should be repeated. This is called the cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and in short we are telling CPR. It helps to bring the circulation back to the normal. Now in this is also important point, children, that you have to learn, that what we have to do in this. Because it can be asked that what is CPR, so this you have to describe. It is very important, children. Okay, now here we'll see the disaster management is the action implemented through the proper planning, organized activity, and coordination. So what things it includes? First, that prevention of the loss and danger. Second is improving tolerance. Third is providing relief from disaster and minimizing the intensity of the harm. Then preparation of, or how we are going to face the disaster. Then immediate action of disaster situation, as well as we have to do the assessment how much damages occur, what is the intensity of the disaster, that all we should study. Then arranging for rescue work and help. Then we had to rehabilitate them and rebuild them. That rehabilitation also I told you, that action of restoring someone's health to the normal life, as well as rebuilding mean we have to give them shelter, we have to provide them shelter. Now here you can see how the artificial breathing is given to this person. You can see here this figure, children, in this figure. Now this is called artificial breathing. We'll see here, children. Now next is bleeding. So if the victim is injured and bleeding through the wound, then it should be covered with an antiseptic like Dettol and all. We should put in cotton and we should make the antiseptic pad, and the pressure should be applied on it for 5 minutes, either with the thumb or with the palm. Then second, fracture and impact on vertebrae. This is the second point. If any bone is fractured, it is essential that we should try that part of the fracture bone should be immobilized. That means there should not be any type of motion. It can be done with the help of any available rods, a ruler, etc. If there is any impact on the back or vertebral column, that it should be kept immobile on a firm stretcher. Then this is all about the fracture and all, how we have to manage. And this is about the bleeding. I told you that we have to make an antiseptic pad and we should keep on the wound and we should press it for 5 minutes with the palm or the thumb. Then if the burn is there, then victim should be hold that injury part and it should put under the cold water for at least 10 minutes. So this is all about how we can do the first aid, children. Now you can see here, children, that there are some injuries like the sprain, twisting, etc., contusion, that mean round, that projection like occurs. So for that we have to use the rice remedy. What is rice remedy? That I'll let you know. Now children, see here, rice, R is for rest. So you can see here, children, what is rice? R is for rest, I for eyes, C for compression, and E for elevate. Rest means allow the victim to sit in a relaxed position. Then we should put the ice pack. If anybody got the sprain or twisting the legs and all, then we should give the compression. That means we injured part should be massaged gently. Then we should elevate that part so that the proper circulation of the blood occurs. Now you can see here how to transport the victim. Here different position are there, like cradle method is there, that is useful for children and underweight victims. So this is first method. Then second is carrying piggybacks, like piggybacks we are carrying, that way we have to hold the position of the patient. Then next is human crutch method. So you can see here how if one of the leg is injured, the victim should be supported with the minimum load on the other leg. Then next is pulling or lifting method. This is used for carrying an unconscious patient through a short distance. Then the next one is carrying on 4 hands. So you can see in the figure, children, here, that how the person is carried here. This is a figure for carrying on the 4 hand Jesus. Then next is carrying on 2 hands, that you can see here in this figure, for those patients who cannot use their hands but can hold their body upright. Then the next is method used by fire brigade. These are the method which are used by fire brigade, that you can see here, children. Then the next is that they have to bring an emergency stretcher. If it is not, that stretcher is not available, then what they have to do, that they had to make an emergency stretcher with the help of the bamboos, blanket, etc. Now, there are some other emergencies measure also, like boats are used by the civil administration trapped in the flooded area. Now, recently you might have seen here in Bombay also that, or as well as in village area, mostly the boats are used if so much flood is there. As an emergency measure, wooden boats are air filled rubber tubes or a tire can be used for this purpose. So now here this portion, this part from here till here, it is cancelled for you children. Now after this I will send you notes children, and I want to tell you that every time I am telling that read the lesson thoroughly. Any type of question may come, nobody will complain that teacher did not teach this part, teacher did not give notes, teacher did not give this exercise, teacher did not give this odd man out, teacher did not give this correlation, teacher did not give this give reason, nothing. Full lesson you have to study thoroughly. Any question will come, you have to answer that question, read the question properly and answer that, because that is the reason I am telling you, read each and every line of the chapter thoroughly, because I am preparing you for the board exam next year. So it is better to learn each and every content of the lesson, and whatever point I am underlining, that you write and learn it properly, understand it properly. And still if any doubt, you can ask me children, and work hard so that you can score good marks. Thank you children.